So that's a bad, bro. It's your boy Greg Harris here once again with Don't Ask Gen, man. How's everything?
I'm good, bro. The fake handshake that we already dapped up 12 times beforehand. This shit gonna be real.
No, for real though. But it was cool, you know what I mean? Like tapping in with you and shit before the
Yeah.
project, just to kind of give people like a sense of it too. Now with it being out, like how do you feel about everything as far as the reception and things behind it now?
That shit it's everything been good right now. Like I haven't got no negative feedback. That's why I told you, man, we feeling like that shit fake it sometimes, bro. Like niggas don't ever say nothing bad. It just feel like, bro, come on now. Bro, it's something wrong with this motherfucker. Nah, but it's cool though. Like it's I mean like I say, I ain't got no negative feedback, so I'm proud of it. What you think about the project though?
I like it. I feel like in the scope of independent music in Houston, it definitely stands out. It has correlation. It's cohesive.
Appreciate it.
It's easy to follow through. And as a story, I feel like when people have prominent projects that they want to release out to the public, it's always important for artists to have a storyline to it, just so listeners can go from A to Z throughout the whole time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like Don't Ask for Love definitely has that.
I appreciate it.
And along with the storytelling of it, like, what made you choose not only 10 records, but those 10 records to define the story of Don't Ask for Love?
10 records just because like my attention span short.
Right.
My attention span short. So I know like other people's attention span, the listener like gonna not want to hear 16 tracks.
Right.
And then and the story in real life is not long enough to write. You know what I'm saying? It's just I kind of just wanted to give people this was a fill a void project for me basically.
Sure.
So like anything that I felt like I was doing to try to feel what was missing inside of my life, I wanted to talk about it at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So I think I chose those tracks because you got to hear what was the reason behind me feeling the way that I felt.
Right.
And then you got to actually kind of live those experiences with me, from like tracks like Dirty Game, where people just like getting fucked up at the party and getting high and getting drunk, you know what I'm saying, to tracks like Looking for Trouble, where it's like setting up the thought process of me doing wrong shit, or Money in the Bag, where it's like me robbing somebody because I wanted to be able to make sure that she ate, or make sure that the person, my significant other, whoever that may be, was getting what she needed from me, you know?
Yeah, but like even seeing that from that perspective, it's like you outline deeper meanings. I feel like fans or listeners wouldn't even think about it until you said it right now. As far as listening to it, because it's always when I do listen to Don't Ask for Love, it's like records that I found that I liked at first, but even newer ones on the project though too. It's like, oh, I take a liking to this because of this now. You know what I mean? It carries a deeper meaning than, not to say that some of the music that you've released before, but it's like more impactful. And
yeah, I think that this time around I was like I wanted to be as vulnerable as possible. I feel like a lot of times because I was in a relationship with things that I couldn't say, or because I was friends with this person, I couldn't do this, or I couldn't say this. You know what I'm saying? This time it was like I had no ties to my music, to the way that I felt, or the way that I could express myself. Like nobody would be upset, nobody would be like too hurt about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I was selfish for the first time to the point where I thought about how I felt. Like I want to feel better.
Right.
So I know if I release everything onto this project, I don't have to deal with the fact that I'm hurting no more, because I can hear it and see what was wrong with it in the first place, or how I got over this, or what I was doing wrong what I was doing wrong trying to fill those voids. You know what I'm saying? Like I finally got to recognize it and see it for what it was just something to try to fill a void, you know?
True. And now it was also important to see self-righteousness, selfishness allows you to have freedom though too.
Yeah.
And it was definitely reflective in the music. And one thing I did want to bring up though too is like with the structure of the project, you start off with a record like I'm a Dog. Very strong from the voicemail and to the chorus and the verses that are like displayed on that song though. So like, how was it going about making that record, and what made you be like, this is the one to start off with?
I'm a dog. I had just got called I'm a dog. Like literally, like I wrote the song the next day. Somebody called me. She was like, you kind of like, you like, it comes from the stick. It just comes from the stigma of women calling niggas dogs.
Right.
Period. It's like I don't think that people really get to see that like a lot of things that we do is because we hurt. It's not necessarily because this is how we are. A lot of people was raised the way that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so the voicemail came about. I was at the voicemail is real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a real voicemail. It wasn't my voicemail though. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she was on that nigga ass though.
Of
On
course,
God.
I've seen it on social media. Somebody like asked about it. He was like, "Yeah," and it's like 8 minutes long.
It was like 8 minutes, bro. Like 8 minutes of her being on his ass. But I was in her room and she started going off, and then I looked over at her. She was like, because I told her I needed a voicemail.
Right.
It was crazy. I was like, bro, look, I want you to call my phone. And she was like, but it just so happened early that morning, got into it, and she was like, you might want to record this. I was like, say that. I pull out the phone. So she going off. I'm talking about 8 minutes long going off. And then get like to the end of the conversation. I'm like, bro, I said, you a dog ass nigga.
Right.
Say it. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, you a dog ass nigga. And then what happened, my situation was just that, like I said, it's the stigma of people being called a dog. It's like, you don't, I'm gonna live this. I'm gonna be that person that you keep calling me because
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Not like after that, what else do I have to do? You know what I'm saying? It's like this is all you gonna, no matter what I tell you, you're not gonna believe me. If I tell you the truth, you're not gonna believe me.
Right.
If I lie to you, you're not gonna believe the lie. True. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I'd rather like bask in this this word that you keep on calling me.
Yeah.
Essentially. You know
it's kind of like taking the word nigga back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna be that. Whatever you say I am, I'm gonna be that.
Right.
And it's like, that's how that song came about.
Yeah, and it's powerful with it though too. I feel like just the different emotions derived from it, from the voicemail to the structuring of the song, like it gives people a sense to play it back because of that. You know what I mean? Like I think
that's my favorite song on the project, besides Mo.
Right.
Because it's like from everything, the everything was honest, everything was open. You know what I'm saying? It's like every line meant something on that song, for sure. Like every single line, I didn't miss a line where it was like, "Oh, that's not for nobody." No, that's for you. This for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything meant something on that song, and that's why it's like so for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, you was able to definitely talk about taking one way flights to New York just because you feel like you need to take those trips, or like, you know, visiting certain places because some people owed you something. Like these are all like fragments of, you say, your life that are very important to you, or the way that you're trying to evolve those too, now as an artist or as a person. You know what I mean?
Like even when you talk about like the first line, like I can give you everything and that's not what you wanted. Like, you know how many times you feel like this? Like, man, no matter what I give you, it's not enough.
Right.
So this is not what you want either. Like you want, I give you that and you don't want that. Now I give you something more than that and you're like, I don't want that either. I want more than that.
Right.
So it's like I'll never satisfy you to the point where it's like, all right, I'm hurt. I'm hurt by it. It's like, you know what? Everything, I should blow a bag. I should break every promise. That line in itself was like trying to fill a void. Like, I'm gonna go spend a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? And breaking promises was another line that like was specifically for a person. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly what I'm talking about when I say promises, because I feel like I was almost loyal to a fault.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Being to people, I be loyal to a fault. So it's like everything that every promise I ever told you, everything that I ever said that was like I will keep sacred for myself, maybe I shouldn't. Because you don't care about this. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't care about it, let me just go out there and be the single nigga who gonna like, you know what I'm saying? Let me be that person then. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll see if you acknowledge the bad in me then. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't acknowledge the good in me now. So maybe you'll see me then because I'm invisible. The good is invisible to you. So you'll see me if I was doing wrong. You'll see me if I was a dog ass nigga.
Right.
But you don't see the good person in me. You don't see the loyal person. You don't see the person that respects you. You don't see the person that like loves you more than he loves himself. You don't see that. So like maybe if I do all of this, then you'll notice me.
True. And I feel like with that, it's like in the record at least.
Yeah.
You know, you show like, okay, this is it may seem like a selfish journey though, but it intentionally is a selfish journey because I have to grow, and it kind of goes to be shown on more anthematic records like "Don't Ask for Love" and "Dirty Game."
Yeah.
So like, what made you kind of steer in that direction after "I'm a Dog"?
I think I just didn't want it to be so focused on. Like I wanted to be focused on growth more so than it being focused on the hurt,
Right.
or being focused on the heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I had to notice things about myself. I had to notice things. I had to see like bro, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to be that person. Dirty Game, I mean, Don't Ask for Love was just like me noticing that now all these people that's coming into my life, I'm not giving them that time. I'm not giving them that attention because of something that you did. Or because I'm hurt from something that even I did. Right. I did something to hurt you, and now I'm treating other people different. That was Don't Ask for Love was my direct example of hurt people hurt people.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly that record.
That's exactly what that record is. It's like, I'm hurt. I don't want to, not ever gonna love you. Let it go. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then Dirty Game was more so, that was a record, that record actually is Adonis's record.
Right. I remember you saying that prior to.
So like I went to LA and I was out in LA and he was like, he had recorded a song, they let me hear it, and it had another dude's verse on it. And I got a call like when I left LA, like 2 weeks. It was like, hey, he got an open verse on it. Try it. So I just sent it to him, and he just held on to it for like 3 months. I was just.
And
like,
how did you feel there at that time when like he was holding it for 90 days?
I was just like, bro, what you gonna do? Like,
like this record
fire, bro. Like this record's fire. Like to me, that's probably one of the best records on my project.
Yeah.
It's like, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Right.
Like, what you gonna do with this hoe? And then he ended up being like, you know what? Just use that hoe. Use it. Like, you can have it. I'm about to send it to you right now. I was like, yes.
Birdman, hand rubbing, all that.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was so happy about that. I mean, that song. I love that song, man.
Yeah, I feel like if it's pushed in the right medium, it can go. Like, that's the type of shit that you hear in the radio, clubs, things of that nature. Like, shit that could be like a prominent national awakening of Don't Ask Jen.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
Yeah, I love it. And my verse, I snapped.
You did?
I snapped up that. Man, that was like a totally different. It was just a totally different vibe. That little bouncy. It was like it was like real 90s flow, but it was like
Gen 3K on that shit.
You feel me? Yes, dog. Yes, bro. I was just like, I was listening to that. I was like, bro, like I really snapped on that verse.
Right. And it's different from how Adonis was coming on the song though too.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like I said, it's very modern, popish, top 40ish.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you get Jen on there, it's like real ratchet, it's like real edgy. You know what I mean? Like it's
and I think that's what made it what it was, what it is, because of that contrast. Like because it is such a different feel, like it's almost like the same. You can tell it's the same song, but it just feels different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it was just completely different energy that time.
True.
I love it. I love it.
That's another thing I like about it though too, like the variation in vibe, so to speak. You know, like it's a lot of different moods that the listener can be in, and it moves me forward to my next song, which is Money in the Bag, which I didn't know until prior to you telling me this before the interview is the highest streaming song besides "Seen" on the project.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what led you to make such a thought-provoking yet such a seducing type of record, though?
2017, late 2017, I got robbed,
Right.
and I got raided in the same month. So I was like, I really be going through shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So Money in the Bag was like, and not only that too. I'm gonna tell you both sides.
Right.
So at that time, it was just like I wanted to, like, kind of let people see how it was. I kind of flipped the script and then let you see how it was to rob somebody, but in slow motion.
Right.
That's how I wanted to, like, I just wanted you to see. I wanted it to feel like you was getting robbed in slow motion on the first half. The second half was just like the setup for the robbery in the first half. So I wrote the song kind of in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
But and also, like, the seductive part came from, I feel like, because I wanted to show that men and women both make sacrifices in their lives to be able to provide for each other.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, especially when you're in a relationship, there's certain things that you wouldn't do outside of a relationship that you would do inside of a relationship just to make sure that y'all good. You know? And that's what it was. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, girl, my heart got cold for you. Hit the road for you. Brung it back, brung it home to you. What you want, baby, I got. That's what that exact thing is that. It's like, I'll do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to knock somebody off, I'll do that for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want you to
be straight,
be okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's what that song.
And I like it because it's like it's very body and Clydish though, but it's like you're moving in slow motion as if somebody's like watching Dead Presidents or watching like Belly, like phones off, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like put the money in the bag. It's just like it's
very descriptive too.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I feel like the reason me writing in slow motion gave, like, me visualizing a robbery in slow motion gave me the opportunity to be able to say, like, step by step what's happening. It's like, from you telling your people, like, if we're gonna do this, like, I need y'all to be loyal. You know what I'm saying? From going in the building, it was like, I'm not finna like, I don't want to listen to y'all, bro. Like, y'all just get on the floor, give me the bread. You know what I'm saying? Go get them from the back. Like, we tired of, like, I don't want to play with y'all. I want it now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like I had to, like, doing. That was creative, Jen. That was just me in my bag, you know? That was just me. I was just in my bag, bro. I was in my bag, man. That's all it was. And I was supposed to make a movie off of this project.
Right.
So, like,
we still need to get that. maybe.
That's on you. Yeah. I don't know, man.
No, but and we're only just moving between the first half of the project, just speaking on everything now, and it's like, even with that turn of making a record like that, you're getting more into rapping Jen now.
And like, I feel like that was a perfect setup because it was still R&B, but it was like, you could tell that it was not the good guy. It wasn't the good guy in that song. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
It was you know what I'm saying? Like, the next song,
is looking for trouble.
It had to be looking for trouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as we talking about structure, all right, you still R&B right now, but you the bad guy now. So, like, well, you've been the bad guy the whole project from I'm a Dog. But I mean, like, you can tell that at this point, you started to notice, like, damn, you was doing a lot of shit for her in a relationship, or y'all was doing a lot of shit for each other in a relationship that y'all wouldn't do outside of a relationship.
Right.
And you was the bad guy in a relationship. So now, looking for trouble is, and you not in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And it's still on the hook for looking for trouble. It's still, tell her don't say nothing. They better not touch her. Cause I pull up and rush them, nigga. I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it was still like, nigga, we not together, and I still whatever for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
see, it's just the general sense of like the surety in yourself though, being like, I am this person. Like you said earlier, it's like I might as well bask into it, like 110%.
Yeah.
And you see that in Looking for Trouble, which to me as a listener is very like vintage Drake, but like in your own way though too, just off of the sense of direction, the sense of confidence, the sense of like delivering the record, you know. And you see that contrast as far as high boast for confidence and Looking for Trouble to one of your most critically acclaimed songs on this album, which is Ammo. Ammo shows much of like vulnerability, transparency, like.
I want to shout out to you because
Okay, bet.
I mean that last verse on Ammo, my favorite verse on the project.
Right.
That was not gonna go on. That was not gonna go on the project. So I was riding with him, and he was like, I let him hear. I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna take that verse off because I think it's too. It's like it's too much into my life.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
personal.
It's like it's too personal. And you was like, nah. That's the reason why it has to go in there because too many people can connect with that situation.
Right.
So Ammo for me was just like that was like another one of those. Soon as it happened, I wrote about it moments. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Ammo is really, really personal song for me.
And it has to be. It's one of the like favorites though too. You know what I mean? Like when I look at to other projects that kind of share similarities to yours, like Lucky's Free Wave 3, which is another like very vulnerable yet drug filled type of project, or like Brent's last project though too. Like those are, you have records on there that kind of like they're compelling, they're good to hear, but it's like, man, that person's like been through some shit, obviously, whether it's good or bad, you know. And I think Ammo like gives that descriptiveness, like for people to have that type of reception to it off the first listen.
It's and not only that, I feel like it was like me being at war with myself too, because you can hear it's like I don't want to be this person. Like I don't want to be this person. It's just that like y'all keep giving me a reason to be.
True.
It's like I'm not. I don't want to be. That's why I even had the lines like well, basically, I was saying like, if you don't want me to be the person that you say that I pretend to be, well, stop giving me this ammo. Like, stop giving me reasons to be the person that you say I'm not.
Right.
If I'm not that person, why are you putting me in a position to be this person?
And see, and I think even with you even saying that, it's like you recognize the split in between not the two personalities that kind of make Jim. You know what I mean? The person that has to be bad in this sense, be able to protect themselves, be able to be like that person that honestly have security now around himself with the people that he loves, but also being able to be like, man, like for me to truly be myself, I can't necessarily be that person all the time. Like I have to look in the mirror and say like I have to reflect, like, is this good or bad for me? You know what I mean? I think Ammo really like depicts that in the perfect storm.
Yeah, that was a lot. That project was a lot for me. You know, I mean that song was a lot for me. It was just like I just felt too much on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I really thought the person that I was writing it to would be really upset. But after she listened to it, she was like, I understand you now. Right. I get it. You know what I'm saying? And by no means in this project am I saying that it's other people's fault. True. I'm saying it's my fault. I'm saying all of this shit is my fault. I'm saying like I got bad habits. I have things that I was doing that was immoral for myself. Mm-hmm. It was like I didn't grow because I was doing this. It's really selfish. Everything in the project is really, really selfish. It's just that I had to notice who did what to make me understand myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Mo was just one of those songs where like I got into like I was in my mind and I had to realize like, damn, people doing this shit, but this is your reaction to what people are doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but the verse before the last verse that who want smoke, who think we playing, niggas get approached and want to shake my hand. You know what I'm saying? It's right. Like that verse 2 was just like, bro, I'm tired of that shit, bro. Right. I remember I tweeted something that was like, after this project, I won't need you no more. True. And that's how I think I wrote that. I tweeted that right after I finished writing Emma because I was just like, I don't it's so much negativity and like niggas, it's so much toxic relationships, and it's nothing. It's parasitic. Y'all just taking from me. Everybody's taking from me, and then they just keeping me at this fucking point where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like I give up, kinda. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I gotta be the bad guy, or I gotta be the guy that nobody wants me to be. I gotta be aggressive. I can't be the passive gen and sit back and chill. And like y'all giving me
too much ammunition for bullshit.
Yeah, like you keep bullshitting, and it's like I'm gonna load it up eventually.
True.
And what y'all want me to do? Just keep holding on to it. Somebody gotta feel me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like that's ammo. You know.
Yeah, I feel like it was one of those type of moments of being able to.
Shout out to EJ.
For
coming through and singing on the end of that bitch, man.
And that's another thing I did want to bring up though too. It's a lot of compelling features on this project. They kind of like make a large undertone of it though too. It's like Jen and Company. It's like the shit that you did with Dave State of Mind. We're going to get to that though too. And Be Honey, and from the voicemail to EJ, like it's and even the producer that you shouted out to that produced I'm a Dog and
shout out McCole.
See, shout out to him for sure, because those are like, you know, powerful records on the project. So how did
shout out Friday too, because he did the end of Money in the Bag.
Wow.
The Money in the Bag, the whole last, like the second half of that project, I mean the second half of that song, he put some drums and like that really made it just stand out a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it was real calm. The whole song was calm until like the second part, and then he just like, and B Honey put those background vocals on that track that made that song. I feel like since when she put the vocals on the second half, it made I feel like it made that for women. It was like that was the woman's voice. Like instead of me talking for them, it was like her talking for them.
Right, you have somebody from the direct community. To be able to
it was like Anyway.
Nah, but that's good though. Like, well, what made you choose the people that you work with to get not only the vision for Don't Ask for Love, but to really like execute and like put it out the right type of way that you want it as a creative director, essentially?
I love B Honey.
Okay.
I love her music, and her voice always meshes well with mine. We've done like 2 songs before this, and our voices always meshed well. So it's like she's like my go-to. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna use her. Probably like 10 years into my career, it's probably still gonna be B Honey somewhere on the project, you know? And I got Dave because Dave has this thing about his voice where it's like it's soul but it's fresh.
Right.
You know? And it's like I really wanted it to sound like it was a 90s sample on Saying Things. I wanted it to feel like you was back there in that time period where it was like cool to talk about lust, or you know what I'm saying? It's not love, but it's cool to talk about wanting somebody and not wanting them, like wanting to be there and then not. You know what I'm saying? Knowing it's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I needed his vocal for that. I kind of took a lot of what Travis Scott did on Astroworld. You know what I'm saying? Like I get inspired by Houston people. You know what I'm saying?
Rightfully
like,
so.
You know what I'm saying? So like I took what he did and like just placing Sway Lee on certain places or just placing the week. I feel like those weren't features. Those was like placements. It was like it was just the perfect. You needed that vocal right there to make this like this. Right. You know what I'm saying? And the voicemail was just like, I wanted to add all these extra things to it because I feel like projects are not projects without the extra. Right. You know what I'm saying? Projects, like my mom used to tell me when I was younger, she used to say, like the only thing different between ordinary and extraordinary is the extra. True. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me put the extra in because I don't want people to just go over this project and then move on to the next one. I want you to be able to live with it. I want you to be able to, like, hear that voicemail and be like, I remember the time when it was like that for me. I remember a time when people was making these type of phone calls to me and we was arguing about this and this was going on. I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to feel like that. It was actually another skit I really just forgot to put on there. It was like, the day the project dropped, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to put the... You know what I'm saying? It was like one of those two, but I really wanted you to like be able to live with it. It was a voicemail from Lou and Tachi, was my best friends, and they was just like you gotta get out of this. Which it was kind of it was right after Ammo and right before Scene.
Right.
So it was like those are the guys that pulled me out the house when I'm depressed, and it's like, hey, let's go, let's have fun, like we need to put a smile on your face. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get drunk. You know what I'm saying? Something, which is not always a good thing, because again, like I tell people, sometimes you just need to talk about it. It's not even about like getting drunk, because soon you got to come down from the, you know what I'm saying, from the high. So it's like, but yeah, it was that voicemail in between there. It was something I left out. I wish that I would have put there, but yeah, like I feel like everybody needs that friend to take them from Ammo to where you feeling like everybody's against you and everybody's doing dumb shit,
right,
to like, fuck all of this shit, let's just go have fun and we'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? Let's just have one night where we just have fun. You know?
And I think that also makes your music pretty impactful though too. Is like it's more than a more than a one person process.
Yeah.
Like for those who are not familiar with Winners music and media, or just the Don't Ask for Love or Don't Ask for Gen camp, it's a lot of key people that play in there, like his manager X, who's a master facilitator about what they have going on in Winners. 19 being 98, I'm wilding. But 98 is a videographer in that camp. Blue being a very anthematic, raging type of rapper, but also your best friend. You know, it's way more people though too that we have to name in there.
Shout out Jalen.
Yeah.
Shout out D.
Exactly, D is here.
Yeah, D is here. He's always here. Shout out Friday,
right?
Which is not necessarily in my camp, but he's played so much of a big ass part in it. It's like you might as well be here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and probably play a large part as far as just the engineering of the project though too.
He engineered every song.
Yeah,
mixed and mastered every song. He's like one of those guys who hear the little small things, and it's like, bro, if you just add this right here, if you just go up an octave right here, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I feel like songs can't be as good as they can be unless you have somebody there that's willing to give an idea that says like it can be bigger than what it is. I'm not against rappers using writers, bro. Right. I'm not against that shit. I don't think that nobody should give you a whole song, but I do think that people should give you an idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, an idea is necessary. It's like two heads are better than one type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's always better when there's somebody in the room to tell you, no, that's not good. No, say this instead of saying that. Like, I think that's necessary. Right.
Music is a collective creative effort. You just can't do it on your own all the time.
Right. I went to New York. The time I went to New York, I went and sat inside of a film class.
Right.
And they was like working on their scripts. So everybody brought a script to the table. And they was reading it. The whole class read their one script. And after everybody read the script, everybody went in and put an input, like, nah, this part right here is this, and this part right here is that. And I was just sitting down thinking, like, damn, if somebody did that with music, do we imagine how great music could be right now?
Real shit. It's not many We Are the World type of things that happen anymore. You know?
Right. You know what I'm saying? We need those moments still though.
Right.
And like, if people wasn't so like stuck on like, no, bro, it's just supposed to be you in the script, yo, by yourself, my G. Like, nah, just rap about you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not that all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I pull from other people's experiences as well as mine. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes I need to feed off of you. Sometimes I need your energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I need that idea. I need something fresh, because what if nothing happening in my life, but I know you going through something that I can relate to that happened before.
True.
Now I can really piece your story with my story, and then we can come up with something that can be therapeutic for not only me and you, but for the people that's going through both what we went through.
Right.
You know?
And it's like you're choosing from a bigger pool of thinking at the end of the day.
Right.
You know, as far as just concept wise, creatively, or just in rhythm, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of things that you could just draw inspiration from. This world is big, and it's a lot of things to choose from.
It is.
There's a lot of things to choose from, man. And I'm glad to see how you really just brought that center back on your project, honestly. Getting back to the songs on here, we're moving towards the latter end of the tape. would you present songs that you put out and stuff already? Like Scene, it's already made a large headway as is, and what it was doing on SoundCloud was definitely generating, but I think when it got on No Jumper though too, it even like amplified it even more.
Crazy.
And the same thing with Entertainment Here For You. Those are both songs that were still doing good, you know, streaming wise, and gave you like a good platform to build around the first seeds of Don't Ask for Love.
Yeah.
But you can't leave out Saying Things out that last 4.
Yeah.
Saying Things is a very creative song with Dave State of Mind and B Honey. What was the process like when you recorded that song with them, and how did you just felt about the whole vibe of it, honestly?
I didn't record the song with Dave.
Right.
I had already recorded the song before B.
Okay.
I'm like one of those people that's always like, I just had an idea. I had an idea. I was like, okay, I wanted to sound like this. I wanted to feel like the 90s. I wanted to not feel like the 90s, but you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be nostalgic.
Yeah.
So it's like, I knew for a fact, and I'm gonna get to B, but I knew for a fact, like, I needed Dave's voice. I needed a voice like Dave's.
Right.
To be able to feel like I said, he's soul, but it's fresh. So it's like, if I put that there and like we can do something to his vocals and make them be like this, then this song is set. It's the song. So B Honey came to the studio while I was at the studio. I called her, told her to pull up because I wanted to do some background vocals, but it was just for Money in the Bag.
Okay.
She heard Saying Things and was like, wow, this song is great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love this song. You know what I'm saying? And she ended up, I just wanted her to do, I'm trying to play safe. I just wanted her to do that part with Dave. And then she just kept going. Like, she learned the words and she just like kept going. Like, she just kept singing. And that's why you hear all the way through the song now, because it's like, after I heard her all the way through, I was like,
it's sad.
I mean,
like
it needs it.
It's like we're bobs and weaves. Like each artist is like moving in this way, moving in that way, and it works perfectly.
It worked. It was just like, wow. That song is just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? To me, when I'm listening to it, still like, I still listen to it every time like I'm a fan. I don't even listen to it like I'm the person who made that song no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, but that song is amazing to me.
It is, bro.
I feel like if don't nobody have a baby to that song, I failed.
But you're right though. It's one of them type of singles, man.
I failed.
Like, it's one of them type of singles. Like, shit, you know, somebody has to try it. Somebody has to try it
for sure. Like somebody got to do it. Like,
you know what I mean? You could put some candles around it, put some rose petals. You want to get that romantic?
Saying?
Like, hey, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
like milk bath.
Guy said a milk bath.
Yo, man.
With the rose petals inside of it. You know what I'm saying? Yo. She got this nigga.
Yo, we're so hell.
You hell.
Oh my God, bro. But having those 10 records.
He want bath bombs in his shit. You look like the type of nigga that use bath bombs. Which
hell no. I would never get that simpish in 2019. A milk bath? I don't even drink milk. Right? Like, yo, it's gonna be like, hey, baby, what you gonna do with this milk? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna fuck with it. You know what I mean? Yo, but with those 10 records, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it definitely puts you in the standing of like, okay, he's not your average artist, let alone Houston, but from Texas that's just, you know, crafting music.
Yeah.
So with Don't Ask for Love, like, what do you feel like your positioning is in the Texas music sector, not only in music as a whole, but just in your niche, honestly?
It's almost like, I don't think there's nobody in my niche in it's not in Houston. Right. I don't do enough A&R work to be like, in this whole state, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's nobody in Houston that's in my lane. So I'll say that I'm the best at it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the number one person when it comes to what I do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, X. That's the type of shit X do right there. In the middle of an interview, notice you in the middle of an interview and knock on the window. You know what I'm saying?
Open it up a little, bro. Yo, X out of pocket.
Bro, he out of pocket, bro. We're in the middle of an interview. This nigga knocks on the window. That's the type of shit right there. My little brother calls me while we're in the interview.
Oh my God. What's happening, bro? Oh man, this man X.
This nigga come up here talking about what's the word? Can you see what the word is?
Yo, man.
Talk about hell, boy.
Full.
Nah, but as far as like my position, I don't really pay attention to shit like that, bro. I think I'm the best, period. I always think I'm the best. I think I'm the best rapper in the city. I think I'm the best artist in the city. I don't think I'm the best singer, vocal singer, but I don't think nobody writes better songs than I do.
That's definitely. Yeah.
I mean, like, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? But everybody entitled to feel how you want to feel, but I'm telling you how I feel. If you ask me what I think my position is, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, you're entitled to your
I'm the GOAT. You dig? For real, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think it's a bunch of talented people in Houston, and especially in Houston, especially in Dallas too. It's a bunch of, Texas is really underrated as far as the talent level goes. I just think that if you ask me, like I said, if you ask me my position, I'm the best.
I like that statement. I can't disagree with that to a certain extent, just because I feel like it's quality product that's being done, whether it's tangible or it's non-tangible.
Yeah.
Like, people are seeing and people are buying it too. And I feel like that's going to be my next question. Like, what do you feel that people are going to be able to take away from Don't Ask for Love, with this being like your first big debut to a certain extent, you know?
I think I can't tell what people are gonna take away.
Right.
I know what I want them to take away.
Okay.
I kind of want people to just for men, it's separate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for
divide
men,
the line.
Yeah, like for men, I wanted to be able to take away that, like, we're able to be vulnerable. Sometimes you have to like think about damn, I did not know the music turned off. He just turned the music off.
Yeah,
are you gonna be able to hear that in the mics? Now that I think about it? Oh, okay, cool. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Damn, I should have thought about that first.
It's cool though. I think
My bad. Go back to the question. My bad.
reverse. But what do you think people would take away from Don't Ask for Love with this being your big debut?
I think I don't know what they're gonna take away from it. I want them to be able to take away that, like, you able to be vulnerable, you're able to feel how you want to feel, and sometimes you need to be selfish to be able to figure out what it is you need to do to be able to better yourself in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Like that I want men and I want people to understand that, like, this stigma of a man being who he is, a man just being a man, or a dog ass nigga, or even a female being called a hoe or a slut. It's kind of like a lot of things don't just happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, you didn't just wake up one morning and you was like, oh yeah, fuck these hoes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things was taught. A lot of the things were. A lot of people go through a lot of different things to make them act a certain way, or react a certain way, I should say. So I would want people to be able to, like, understand. It's like, this shit is. Don't just give the guy the tag. You know what I'm saying? Just don't just give the female the tag. It might be some things that she needs therapy for. You know what I'm saying? It might be some things that she needs to release to be able to be who she can be. And same thing with a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised not to feel. I was raised like you raised as a kid, not to cry, not to feel things. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, as I don't know how to communicate. I don't know how to say that I feel like this, or in a relationship, I don't know how to say, like, you made me feel like this. So. But it's not my fault entirely, because you know what I'm saying, we all grown now, and it's like, we got to start working on these things, but you have to allow me to be able to.
It's like one of those type of processes that you have to take the things that you have learned in the past, unlearn it and reconstruct yourself though too. And I
Right.
feel like most of this project is speaking to that. You know, as
Yeah.
far as outside of the key messages of don't ask for love, it's like it's don't ask for love just because I gotta build on myself. I'm not asking for love because it's some shit I gotta fix.
Yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
actually explaining that to you throughout this whole project.
Right.
You know?
The don't ask for love was just like not right now.
Right.
The original point of the project was it's not time for that. It's not
Right.
time for love right now. That's the reason why you can't ask for it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Everything comes to you in seasons, right?
Right.
So like, why would we expect love to be any different? We try to force that. Our generation specifically is really like love. Like I need somebody this, and then and then they don't get it right now, and they like, well, niggas ain't this, and females they. Blah, blah, blah. It don't have to be that. It's not that. It's because it's not time for you to be there. It's time for you to like focus on yourself. We don't know ourselves and trying to get to know people. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
that's a big problem.
Why am I trying to know somebody I don't know? Nigga, I don't know my favorite color. You want me to know yours? I don't know mine. Like shit,
Exactly.
black was yesterday. Today I'm wearing orange.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just kind of want don't ask for love is just like one of those things where just like sometimes you just gotta wait on it.
True.
It'll come. It's just not time right now. And that's in every aspect of life. Don't ask for attention because attention always has a negative feedback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't ask. You'll get attention when it's time for you to have attention. Don't ask for love because love equals heartbreaks when it wasn't time for it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're doing all these things that's just wasting time instead of just figuring out who you are. Like I understood that. Like I got voids. I'm trying to fill voids with all this negative shit. Like I'm out. Why am I? I hate the club so much. I fucking hate the club. Why am I out drinking? Why am I out surrounded by all these people? Like, I got social anxiety. I don't even like being around this many people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to communicate with people. I don't know how to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am I surrounded by all these different people? That's not me. Why am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, why am I surrounding myself with anything that's toxic that I don't even fuck with just because I'm hurting? Right. Or why am I getting into a relationship? Why am I fucking this woman? Or why am I talking to this woman? What is this for? Like, what is the reason behind this? It's just because I'm hurting on the inside or something. Even if I'm not hurting, it's just something inside of me that has not been filled. Right. And it needs to be. But you can't keep trying to fill it with shit. With things, you know what I'm saying? It's like
true. Or even things that could diminish you in a process of growth. So, too, you know what I mean? Like the evaluation is very important, like day to day, because shit, like you have to check yourself. If nobody else is gonna do it, you have to always remember you have to check yourself. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I think that's what's very important in not only the music but the outside messaging that people are getting via social media or via whatever medium they're watching or listening to. The Don't Ask for Gen brand and Don't Ask for Love brand. Yeah. You know what I mean? But moving forward, what are some things that are next on Gen's schedule, next on your plate? Like, what do you got up your sleeve next, sir?
You don't never tell your right hand what your left hand doing, left hand what your right hand doing.
Okay, good.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I really want it to be a surprise because I don't want people to be waiting on it and then be like, oh, well, this didn't come, boy. This happened. This, where is it? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just kind of want things just to happen. And then y'all appreciate it for what the time it is. Don't ask for it.
Right. Don't ask for it. Don't ask for it.
Don't ask.
Mysteriously ambidextrous. You know what I mean? You never know what the fuck is coming out. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Just don't ask. Something's coming.
Right.
A lot is coming.
Right.
Right.
A lot is coming.
See?
A lot is coming. Word to D.
So word to D. D know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just coming. Just, you know what I'm saying? We got to work through it and it'll be here when it's here.
That's a bet. And to close out, as far as the work that you've done prior to, during, and after Don't Ask for Love, how do you want to be remembered when it's all said and done?
One thing that I hate is when artists start to, like, The Weeknd gets into a relationship and people are like, oh, this next album gonna be trash.
That is a common thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so one thing I will always like to be remembered as is a human being.
True.
What I mean by that is we all go through shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not happy all the time.
Right.
I'm not going to ever be as sad as I was while I was working on this project.
Mm-hmm.
Ever again, period. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just want you to allow me to be able to go through these phases in my life and then share whatever phase of my life I'm in with you. And you just accept it for what it is. Whether you don't like it or not, it's cool. It's just like, but you got to allow me to be a human being.
True. You got to be able to speak from your own soapbox, your own pulpit.
Right. Like, when I stop speaking for myself, I'll stop. I mean, like, when I stop going through things, I'm not going to make music no more.
I can feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I stop experiencing new things, I'll stop making music. Right now, I'm not writing. I'm not doing anything right now.
Right.
Because it's like, I just wrote a whole project and I just told y'all everything that I had. I gave you everything that I had.
True. And plus, you got to live more life, though, too.
You got to let me live. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I feel like people don't allow you to be more than one way. Same thing we was talking about with trying to experiment with different sounds.
Right.
It's like, oh, you came in the game, you was a rapper. Right. We don't want to hear you sing. Oh, you came in the game, you was a singer. I don't want to hear you rap. Or you came in the game in this genre. I don't want you to do pop music. I don't want you to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? What if I wanted to do country music? I hate country music, by the way. But, like, what if I wanted to do country music? I can't because I started off doing this.
Hey, man, the Flow Rider and Pitbull can go from rap to pop. Anything can happen.
You're right. But how much respect do they get in the hip hop community?
Barely none.
You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Allow me to be. What? Oh, okay. We done anyway.
Yeah.
We done.
You
All right, go ahead. Let's wrap it up.
But thank you once again.
Thank you, bro.
You feel me? For allowing me to have the time to speak with you, man. And it's been a beautiful project that you delivered, and I can't wait to see what you got next. Honestly.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Real talk. See, this one real. This the real handshake right here. That shit was the real. That shit funny.
There you cut, man.